Hi, my name is Joel Greene, CEO and founder of the Veep Nutrition System, and also the founder of Transcend. That's transcend.fit and veep.com. So the question would be, how do you hack certain kinds of junk food, like ice cream, for example? How do you eat ice cream? So a couple quick concepts. First thing to understand is that you're never actually eating a single meal. You're always eating your meals in groups of three, and this is the new science of meal-to-meal sequencing. So what you eat at one meal is actually influenced by what you ate prior and what you're going to eat next. And you can actually use this as a pattern. It's based on how the body really works. Your body stores fat and it burns fat multiple times in a day. So, the first thing to understand is that the meal before and the meal after can always be used to accelerate fat burning. The next thing to think about is how you can directly offset the effects of things like extra sugar, glucose in the blood, and extra fat kind of all at the same time. So, one of the ways that you can look at doing this is sort of interesting is that one of the unique abilities of dairy is that it causes fats to pass through the gut undigested. It forms what are called calcium soaps in the gut. So an interesting way that you can actually take something like ice cream and help it pass through the gut is, along with the ice cream, you can add what are known as human milk oligosaccharides. And you can find this in baby formula. It's just a simple powder. You can mix it to the ice cream. You won't notice the difference. But what that's going to do is you're actually increasing key, very specific types of carbohydrates that help to form these calcium soaps in the gut and help to pass fats through the gut. It also spins up what's known as bifidobacteria, which is a bacteria that controls a very key protein called fasting-induced adipose factor that controls fatty acid release from the gut. So simply by using the meal and making it functional by one simple addition, you can help to pass some of the fat through the gut and increase the release of fat. Another thing is just helping your body get rid of blood sugar. And kind of a go-to would be a thing called berberine. Berberine is what's known as an alkaloid. It's a plant derivative, and berberine helps the body clear blood sugar, and it's really good at doing this. Extremely powerful. So just by having berberine prior to having ice cream, you're going to help blood sugar. You can take this and stand it on its head by adding calories. If you add a whey protein shake about 30 minutes prior to having ice cream, add some cinnamon, a little bit of olive oil. The whey protein actually helps blood sugar function, and it actually helps lower glucose area under the curve. So in effect, what you're doing by adding calories is you're helping the body better utilize blood sugar, and you're less likely to store fat from that. And so those are just a few quick, simple things that you can do. The next subsequent meal, you can also adapt and go after aggressive fat burning. And there's a number of ways that you can do that. One of the simplest and easiest things that I like to do is just have a single egg for breakfast. So if I had ice cream at night, I'd have an egg in the morning. And then the egg itself, you're not going to stimulate insulin. So what you're going to do instead is stimulate the opposing hormone, which is called glucagon, which actually helps raise blood sugar, and you go into fat burning. So you have your ice cream meal at night, you do these little hacks to offset the weight gain from it, and then the next morning you power up fat burning by just having a very small amount of fat. You make no insulin, you make the opposing hormone. When glucagon is raising blood sugar, it's also burning fat. And so that's kind of some simple quick hacks that you can do to have ice cream and just get the best of both worlds. Very similar with pizza. The primary difference being with pizza, you're going to have I would say more, if not probably more ratio of sugar and fat, because you've got all the crust to deal with and you have all the cheese to deal with. So one of the things that you could do with pizza, there's a couple different things you can do. If it's a pizza that you're actually making, one would be to add nopales to the pizza itself. Nopales are cactus leaves, and what you do is you just cut them up and then you bake them with the pizza. And this is the single most powerful blood sugar lowering food that we know of. In fact, diabetics have to be really careful with this because it can drop blood sugar so much. So just simply adding nopales to your pizza, you won't taste the difference, and makes a tremendous difference on getting getting sugar to clear from the blood and making sure that it doesn't store as fat. Another thing with pizza is the cheeses that you're using would be to add some ricotta cheese to your pizza. So ricotta is pure whey protein, and you have that same factor going on that you would have with a whey protein shake, but instead you're just adding it to the pizza. And so whey protein actually aids blood sugar metabolism. Whey protein has been shown to be a really potent tool set in clearing sugar from the blood and making insulin more sensitive. And so the act of adding very specific kinds of cheese, which would be, in this case, ricotta, is going to help you not store that pizza as fat.